Hey guys, I want to give a quick shout out to the new sponsor, Dueling Guard. They have great mats, deck boxes, sleeves, everything you can think of for TCG apparel. Check them out in the description box down below and use code SAKO for 5% off.
Hey guys, Lucas Saka here. Today I'm bringing you guys a post-Rota combo tutorial for the Yubel Fiendsmith deck. Not too much changes in this deck besides the incorporation of the new card, Lacrima. The card is absolutely insane. It gives your Fiendsmith access to a lot more Yubel engine, and I'll show you how to do that. Before we do get in, I did want to mention that we have the Rota spreadsheet coming out Friday, October 4th. So if you guys did want to get that, check it out in a video. I'm going to post it Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Please check that out. It's going to be about $20, I think, and it's going to include all of the 4 major decks as well as everything. If you purchase the Yubel spreadsheet from me, it's going to have basically all the in-depth combos from that, as well as having Fiendsmith, Snake Eye, Fire King, the Memento deck fully updated, which I think, by the way, is an absolutely amazing pick for the next format, as well as having miscellaneous combos for like Centurion, Mimighoul, Mermail, all those types of decks. But before I rant too much, I'm just going to hop into the video. This is the updated combo with Engraver. This, I think, is the combo that changes the most with the incorporation of the new Fiendsmith card. We're going to start the combo. We're going to activate Lacrima, or I'm sorry, activate Engraver, getting us a Tract. Tract is going to add Lurry and then summon it out. I'm sure you guys have seen this about 1,000 times. Now we're going to link away the Lurry into Requiem and use Requiem to summon out the new card, Lacrima, the Scarlet Sorrow. So let me read this card to you guys since we've never gone over it on the channel. It says, this card is always treated as a Fiendsmith card. That's how we're able to summon it from deck, even though it doesn't say Fiendsmith in the name. It's just because it says it's always a Fiendsmith card. Then it says, if this card is no more special summon, send one Fiendsmith card from your deck to the graveyard. During your opponent's turn, if this card's in your graveyard, quick effect, you can target one Fiendsmith Link monster in your graveyard, shuffle this card into the deck, and if you do, special summon that monster. So this card's going to give you great follow-up in a lot of your combos, but in this combo, it's mainly just going to be used to give you more Light Fiend access, so we're going to be able to do some cool things. So we're going to summon out the Lacrima. Lacrima is now going to dump the extra Engraver, and we're going to go Engraver effect to put back a Lurry and special summon out Engraver. We're going to link 2 now, go into our sequence, and use the sequence effect to put back Requiem, as well as Lacrima, into the deck to summon out an Area Leader. Area Leader is now going to dump Samsara D Lotus, and we can link. We're going to link straight into Cross Sheep. This is the new addition to the deck. This is going to give this deck a little bit higher ceiling, as well as play through hand traps even more than it already does. But we're going to now use the effect of Area Leader to banish 2 Engravers. This is something that you couldn't do previously because you had to shuffle back one of your Engravers in order to do the combo because you didn't have enough Light Fiends. But with the new Sorrow card, it's really going to help you have more Light Fiends to do combos like this and play through hand traps even better. So summoning out Area Leader is now going to trigger the effect of Cross Sheep because a fusion was summoned to the zone, or a monster was summoned to the zones while a fusion pointed to it. And then we're going to summon out Lotus. Use Lotus effect, tribute, get Spirit. Spirit into Pain. Pain is going to destroy Spirit, getting us a Squirmer in hand. And then, of course, we're going to use the effect of Spirit to float into Yubel. We're going to now special summon Grave Squirmer, destroying Yubel, and use Yubel effect to special summon Terror Incarnate. From here, we're now going to link away the Terror Incarnate and the Squirmer into Yama, and use Yama to add Sharvara. From here, we've kind of already played into Nib. Doesn't matter if we make a Phantom now or later, but you could definitely make it now if you're wanting to. But in this combo, I just link away the Yama and the Area Leader, going into a second Yama. Now we're going to go ahead and make that Fusion monster, putting back 2 to make our Phantom. It's really important that you also summon the Phantom to the zone that Cross Sheep points to, because we're actually going to leave this Cross Sheep on our field. But now we're going to use the effect of Engraver to special summon back our Spirit of Yubel. We're going to use Sharvara to destroy Spirit. And in the new Chainlink, we're going to go Chainlink 1 Spirit, Chainlink 2 Yama. That's going to get us back onto 2 level 10 monsters. And then to finish up our combo, we're going to link away the Yama and the Sharvara into Rage. Get the Sharvara to now set Escape from deck, and then overlay into Varudris. So this board is actually better than our 1-card Lotus combo right now, which is incredible. Because if you look at our combos from the previous format, combo like Tract or Engraver would usually end with like a Muckracker on the field, and you wouldn't be able to get to a hard Omni Negate like Varudris, which is pretty sad, to be honest. But in this combo, we're now able to get everything, including a little bit more. So during your opponent's turn, when you use your Rage effect, you're going to link with their monster going into SP and then get an SP Vanish. The cool thing about that is that we're going to trigger the Cross Sheep again, because we still do point to a fusion monster in the form of Phantom, which is going to trigger the Cross Sheep to now special summon Lotus from the graveyard. So we're going to get an extra disruption with that Cross Sheep effect. So not only is it an extender in this on our turn, but it's going to be an extra disruption on our opponent's turn. So that's it for the 1-card Engraver combo. I'm now going to move on to some 2-card combos that didn't really change too much, but I will showcase them off. So this is the 2-card combo with Samsara D Lotus and Throne. We're going to start off by activating Throne and destroy Yubel from deck, and then use Yubel to special summon Terror Incarnate. This is mainly going to be used as a way to bait Ash for your opponent, because if your opponent does see you activate Throne, they're technically supposed to activate Ash Blossom there to play around things like you making a Phantom and their card not doing anything at all. So we're going to assume our opponent plays correctly, do this play here, and now we're going to normal summon Samsara Lotus since we've baited for things like Ash Blossom, and we're going to activate the effect of Ash, or the effect of Lotus to summon out Spirit. Spirit's effect is now going to place the Nightmare Pain in our Spell Trap zone, and then we're going to Fusion Summon immediately into our Phantom of Yubel. This is really important because it plays around things like Ghost Ogre, because they're going to have no opportunity to Ghost Ogre us. Now we're going to use Pain, destroying our Spirit to add Squirmer, and then from here we can use the effect of Spirit, special summoning out Yubel. It's really important to note that we still have not used the effect of Throne yet, but that'll come up later. So now we're going to link 2 into Yama. Yama's going to trigger, and it's going to add our Sharvara to hand, and then from there we're just going to special summon out our Squirmer, and link 2, and we're going to go for our Moon into Requiem, and then we're going to use Requiem effect, summoning out the new Lacrima, the Scarlet Sorrow, and use the effect to then send Engraver from our deck to the graveyard. We're going to use Engraver, putting back the Moon, special summoning himself out, and now we can link 2, going straight into the sequence. Using the Squirmer effect here, we can special summon out Spirit of Yubel. Then we can use Sharvara to destroy our Spirit. From here, we're going to go Chainlink 1 Spirit, Chainlink 2 Yama, as well as we're going to activate our Throne. So we're going to use Throne to add Terra Incarnate to our hand. We're going to summon it out. We're going to special summon back the Spirit, and we're going to summon out the Yubel. So we just put a bunch of Yubel bodies on our field. Now we're going to link him down. That way we can make room for our sequence effect to go through. So we're going to link 2 into Yama, trigger the Sharvara, which is going to set our escape onto the field. Now we can, a little bit of a misclick there, but now we're going to use our sequence effect to fusion with the Engraver, the Sorrow, and the Requiem into the Deseret. It leaves us with no Light Fiends in the graveyard here, but it's fine because we're going to end on a board with such good disruptions that we don't really need the extra follow-up off of it. So now we're going to link away the Sequence and the Yama. We're going to go into Rage, and then we can overlay our 2 monsters into Varudras and use the Sequence effect to equip. So this is the same board that we make off of most of our 2-card combos, but this is the correct way to navigate it, playing through hand traps as correct as possible. Alright, for this last combo, this is the combo that I get DMs and questions about the most. This is Dark Beckoning Beast and Engraver, and how you're able to navigate this tin on the absolutely maximum full board, as well as playing around hand traps like Nibiru. So in this combo, we're going to go ahead and start with activating the Engraver here. You might be asking why we're starting with Engraver. It's because neither one of these cards actually plays around Nibiru, so the best thing you can do is play around Bestial earlier, which is going to help you get farther into the combo if you do get Bestialed. So we're going to go Engraver into Tract add Lurry, pitch the Lurry, and then Lurry summon out. This plays around Bestials because, once again, you have no monsters. We're going to go Lurry link away now into the Requiem. Requiem effect triggered itself, summoning out the Sorrow, and now Sorrow is going to send Engraver from our to the graveyard. This is the combo, by the way, that gives you absolutely the most amount of follow-up compared to any of the combos that are on the spreadsheet or like any of the other 2-card combos, just because this is the one that lets you end with the Sorrow and Engraver in rotation, so absolutely insane. Now that we've kind of protected ourselves from those Bestials until this point, we can go ahead and normal summon. So we're going to normal summon Dark Beckoning Beast and use the effect to add Gates, and then use Gates to get another Dark Beckoning Beast and normal summon it. So from here, you might be asking how we're going to play around Nibiru, because we've already summoned a bunch of times. If they nib us here, we actually have the ability to use Engraver summon back. Then we can link with the token, make our sequence, fusion into Area Leader, dump, and then full combo them that way. But let's go ahead and link away the 2 Dark Beckoning Beasts into Yama. Yama is now going to add Sharvara. Now, this is where we actually do play around Nib. If they Nibiru us at any point from here onward, we can always just use the Sharvara to pop any of our cards, which will trigger the Yama, and we can revive whatever line of play we were doing at that time. So now we're going to link away the Lacrima and Yama. Like I said, if they nib us here, we can just go Sharvara, pop the sequence in response, and then Yama special at the sequence, do whatever we want to that way. But we're going to use sequence effect to putting back the Requiem, as well as a Lurry to special summon out the Area Leader, and then we can use Area Leader's effect to then send a Samsara D-Lotus from our deck to the graveyard. We're going to use the opening effect to discard a card from our hand and special summon Lotus. If they nib us here, same thing exact happens. We're going to change Sharvara, destroy Lotus, and then in a new chain link, we're going to use the Yama to special summon from graveyard. Now we're going to activate the Lotus effect, special summoning back Spirit of Yubel, or special summon the Spirit of Yubel from our deck. We're going to get access to Pain. Pain's going to destroy our Spirit, getting a Squirmer, and then Spirit will special summon out a Yubel. We're going to use Squirmer's effect to then special summon itself, destroying our Yubel. And with that, we're going to trigger the Yubel effect to now special summon out Terra Incarnate. From here, this is where like it gets kind of iffy. If they nib you here, you are going to lose a lot of bodies. However, you are still going to be able to end on a pretty solid board because you can go effective Squirmer special back, you have Sharvara pop, you can make a Phantom, and you still have the Engraver summon back, so you still end with a pretty good board, but this is the best time for them to nib us in this combo. If they don't nib us here, then what we're going to do is we're going to put back our Yubel, we're going to put back a Beckoning Beast, and we're going to make our Phantom. So from here, it doesn't matter if they nib us. Now we're going to link away our Squirmer and our Terra Incarnate into the second Yama, then link Aerialator and the second Yama into Moon. From here we can trigger the Engraver to actually put back the other Engraver, and we can use Track to Fusion Summon. This is something that we haven't been able to do in quite a while, just because it takes so many bodies, but in this combo you have access to them. So we're going to use this to hard fuse into Engraver, and then we can use Sequence to equip onto the Desiree, and that's going to protect us from Nib Imperm. So at this point, we're super safe from Nib Imperm. We can connect or commit the other lines of plays that we have. We can go Squirmer to Special Summon out the Spirit of Yubel, and then Sharvara to destroy the Spirit. From there, we can go Chainlink 1 Yama, Chainlink 2 Spirit, or whatever Chainlink you're wanting to do. We're going to Special Summon back the Spirit and summon a Yubel from the deck. Now from here, you might be wondering how we're going to get all of these linked down and overlaid into the correct thing since we're locked into Fiends. The way we're going to do that is we're going to put back our Terra Incarnate in the graveyard and a Dark Beckoning Beast to make Phantom of Yubel, and then link the Sharvara and the Phantom of Yubel in our EMZ into Rage, which is going to trigger the Sharvara to get our trap card, and then we can overlay into Varudras. So boom. Our graveyard is stacked with an insane amount of follow-up. We have a Yama in the graveyard. We have a Lotus in the graveyard, which is going to get us even more follow-up just existing there because we have gates. We have the Lacrima in our graveyard, which on our opponent's turn, if they do somehow out our Desiree, we can use the effect of Lacrima to special summon out the sequence during their end phase. So we're going to get a lot of follow-up that way. We consider we can start our turn off with like a Fusion Summon or something like that. Then we have the Engraver as well. So absolutely an insane amount of follow-up here, and that's how you sequence it to play around Nib. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. We do have the spreadsheet coming on Friday like I told you about, so be on the lookout for that. Besides that, I just hope that you guys have a fantastic day, and if you wouldn't mind commenting, and subscribing, it means a lot. Bye-bye. Have a great day.